What is good, everybody? We are live yet again, as we are every Wednesday. What the hell is that? Wednesday. It's a day I just made up, actually. But every Wednesday, we are live 1:30 on one of our channels, Ripping the Silverback. This is episode number 20. This is going to be a very, very, very heavily centered around gaming today. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we'll be discussing. There's a lot that has happened. But before we get going and me talking about some of the things that we got going with the Rippaverse as well, of course, I got to introduce my co-host in the Silverback himself. What's going on, man?
Hi. As you can see, I'm surrounded by toys today because everything is in a state of flux at the house. I got the new module cases are all put in downstairs, all wired up, all lighted up. Which means all the module cases here are coming down, so we've had to take stuff out to move. So my house is back to a warehouse for the time being, but over the next week or so, things will be looking a little bit more normal. But yeah, hey, it's not bad. Been surrounded by Batman and Transformers and stuff, you know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Is that Masterson's Andy Masterson's toy of you?
Yeah, there. Yeah.
I need to get mine put up. I have it in a box over there. I need to get mine maybe put up by that by the Gogeta back there or something like that.
Yeah, I've been just chilling out, you know.
Yeah.
In the corner,
yeah. I should do that. But yeah, no, it's good to have you here as always. Before we get going and diving into everything, that way I'll just go ahead and touch base on this. Yaira is closing in on actually the next big milestone is going to be 17,000 total books sold, as well as 10,000 total purchases, and we are creeping up there. Appreciate the continued support. We just released a video actually catching you guys up if you are new to the Rippaverse over at Rippaverse YouTube, so go check that out. We got a couple of other cool videos that we will be releasing as well. So yeah, it's been a great campaign. We got some special things that may be lined up that will let's say be announced during this campaign as well. We still got like 2 months left in this bad boy. So yeah, we got a whole lot of stuff up our sleeves. Thank you guys for the 4th successful campaign. We appreciate you guys so much, man. And we can't wait for you to get the books in hand. So I got my Rippaverse stuff out the way there. And really what I want to do is open up the show with talking about Stellar Blade, which has been a big topic of conversation. We know there's a demo that has come out. I know a lot of people have played it. They've enjoyed it from a gameplay perspective as well. But you're seeing a lot of the, not just the mainstream guys, but what I'll do is this Khalif Adams guy put out a video and we'll look at it real quick. If you don't mind. And Alyssa Mercante, you know,
oh Jesus,
this I think we talked about Alyssa last week.
She's the prostitute, yeah. She's the prostitute, the self-confessed prostitute who stopped sucking dick to write an article for Kotaku. That one?
I believe that is correct.
Okay.
As I believe that is the right assessment there. And they are the senior editor of Kotaku. They have taken exception to people in our corner of the internet, such as Melanin Mac.
Dude, this is the fucking weirdest picture I've seen in a long time. I mean, I can write novels about just what I'm looking at on the screen.
Yeah. But Spawn on Me and Khalif, I think that's his name. and this isn't like a clip that we're going to watch that I took myself. Okay, I just want to be clear there. This is a clip that Khalif posted himself.
Okay.
And I want to watch this because they think that this is some sort of a own, of course. But let's listen in on what Khalif has to say. Khalif Adams has to say. Let's listen in.
The bastion of conservative gaming, the bastion of keeping the wokes mad is Stellar Blade right now. Stellar Blade is the game of the year because there's a shiny titty and a almost a medium ass. It's not even a great ass. It's a medium ass. It's not even that big.
It is a medium ass.
The bastion
the thing that tripped me out the most is that they started with this bit
of conservative gaming, the bastion.
Bastion of conservative gaming is what Khalif is calling either Stellar Blade, the game itself, or more so the cultural phenomena around Stellar Blade. That is the conclusion that they've come up with. Now, I think this is important because, at least culturally, and this is my opinion on this, it goes to show that these people, they're stupid, number one, but they can't tell the difference. And this is why I don't recommend that you guys go back and forth with these types as they call you these various different names, because to them, you are all the same. So you are in opposition maybe to the mainstream narrative pertaining to this game or gaming in general, especially with what we're seeing. I mean, he's taking the shots. Look, that ESG money is under his name, right? So he knows what he's doing. But all of you are conservatives, even if you're actually not conservative. You're all conservatives. You're all the same. And they're calling it the Bastion because it's basically a game that depicts a female in a more ideal body type, right? And they are kicking ass. Now, maybe a little hypocrisy going on. Maybe it's even lack of acknowledgement because, on the other hand, you guys got problems with females in games. And then on the other hand, well, now you don't have a problem with females in games, but they have a problem with you not having a problem, I guess, with it. And it goes to show the true motives of these types, in which when you get a thing like a Stellar Blade, which I think is going to be very, very good as far as its sales are concerned. How good it's going to be, I'm not sure, but I think it's gonna wow a lot of people. There are these guys who think that, well, they are the ones that have to serve the legitimacy of a given game, right? Anything else is illegitimate. So Stellar Blade right now, the deflection is, well, it's not a decent game. It's not a refreshing game. It's, well, you guys are essentially only liking it. You only enjoy it because you're conservative, and it's the bastion of conservative gaming because it's taking it to the quote unquote wokesters. Doesn't make any fucking sense, but it does tap you into their sort of mindset and how they view us, in which they think that they set the scene. They think that they set the tone for what is to be considered the more legitimate form of gaming. All of you in the chat that may be excited for this game, well, you're just conservatives, or you're the bastion of conservatives, and it's just about taking it to the woke. So, you don't really like this shit. Now, I can speak from a personal tip. We get a lot of that thrown at us, and it's not even exclusive to the quote-unquote left, right? How many times has our buddy asked because he likes a book like Alpha Core? Well, it's because you are friends with Eric and blah, 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 as if nobody can legitimately like or enjoy the Rippaverse or enjoy Alpha Core or enjoy an individual character that's in the Rippaverse. These people are, dare I say, narcissist, and which they think that their opinion is the opinion and their worldview is the worldview. And we've seen this for a very long time in gaming. It just don't hit the same way as it has in years past, where now we get to more so tell them to go fuck themselves and it's all good. There's no really true repercussion anymore. I think they maybe, and I'm gonna get your thoughts on this, as I think, me personally, they overplayed their hand with the gaming situation, and it's not working out like they maybe had thought it would work out, because it did work out with Hollywood, and it did work out. You can make that argument with comics.
Remember how much conservatives love big-tittied women? I remember growing up and seeing all those wonderful conservative ideologies where they were pro big busty liberal free women, and not sort of conservative. It's like, are we living in a fucking
different dimension?
Reverse? Yeah, is it a bizarro world where people who are claiming to be woke or liberal just like, yes, Big busty ladies in video games are a stalwart of conservative values, and it's just like, what are you fucking talking about? This would be something, a liberated woman, an attractive woman. 5 years ago, we you'd hear about, her body, her choice, all this kind of stuff. Women can choose, do what they want. Okay, well, this woman, this is a woman in a video. Go, oh no, you can't have that. Why? Well, she ain't fucking mutated her tits. She hadn't cut them off and fucking had a skin graft off her forearm to stick a dick on her. So you can't like that. She ain't even got a fucking beard. What the fuck woman is that? Like, what? You're not allowed to have an attractive woman in a video game anymore as a protagonist. So 1 minute you're complaining that there's not enough women in games, there's not enough female protagonists in games. Then you get a female protagonist that is based off a Korean model.
Yes, I think that's what I failed to mention for those of you that don't know. I failed to mention that, and my apologies. Yes, Eve in Stellar Blade is based off a Korean model, so they did actually reference
full body scans.
That actually existed. That is true.
And then I also believe that it was the guy who was running the show for the game development. I believe it was his wife who then took those designs, those body scans, and then designed Eve. So a character that's actually based on the body scans of an actual Korean model that's then further designed by a woman is a conservative stalwart. What the fuck are you even talking about, you fucking retard? The very fact that we've got a video game that just involves some fantastical future, some dystopian future where somebody's going out there kicking some ass. It's Korean. It's probably going to go weird and wonderful places. We are now not allowed that, even though that's what you're saying that you want. We are not allowed that because the character's attractive. If that was a black woman, do you think? Say I'm going to say black woman, but same kind of physical features, curvy, curvaceous. Would we be having this conversation? Would they be complaining that the black woman was attractive, that she had a body type that was unattainable, even though it would have been based off the body scans of a black woman? Are they basically saying you're not allowed to have anything that you actually like?
Yes, that's what it boils down to.
Because
particularly their enemies. Like, if I'm gonna be completely honest, that's all this shit is about. Like,
what enemy? Well, I don't know who the fuck you are, Mr. Khalifa, with your pink headphones. That's the thing.
It's a dragon made up in their head, man. It's a dragon that they need to slay for a fake problem that doesn't exist. But really, this is what it boils down to. They don't want you having fun. They don't want your interest being catered to. They think their opinion is the opinion. And this is, I tend to dissect things economically. That is my background. And it's often a trip to think that people believe that as an individual or even a small collective of people, that they can dictate what an entire fucking market of people want, what is actually something that they enjoy, what is actually good, if you're talking on a level of like subjectivity. But there are folks out there like Khalif and others, I've dealt with them for sure, that think their opinion is the opinion, to the point to where they get angry. Because let's assume, for the sake of conversation, that he was right and conservatives, which makes no fucking sense, but conservatives were into it. What's the problem? Why would that even be a point worth mentioning? Well, let's say that they were into it. What would actually be the issue if conservatives were actually into Stellar Blade? What would be the problem? What's the problem? There is no problem. Because ultimately it boils down to the fact that they don't like the people that they perceive as their enemies having a good fucking time. Guys, I don't care if you're on the left or the fucking right. Don't be that guy. That shit comes off as so corny where you are aggravated and angry that folks that you don't like, right, are enjoying something, having fun with something, are looking forward to something. They're excited. There's anticipation. There's enthusiasm. Do not be that fucking guy that gets mad, right, or angry because other folks, particularly the ones you don't like, are having fucking fun. It's a socialistic, communistic way to look at fucking markets.
I need a little bit more context. I don't know if you know. I have no idea who this guy is. I only know
who. Show it's 500 episodes in called Spawn on Me, and he's been at it for 10 years.
Right. Congratulations. Well done. Just based off visual mannerisms, what he's wearing, is the guy gay or straight?
That I can't answer. Pink headphones, I can't answer that. I really can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know if he's gay or straight.
Right. The reason why I'm not saying it as an insult, as in gay. No. The reason why I'm asking is because if the guy's gay, because mannerisms and you know whatever, possibly. But if the guy's gay, is this a misogyny thing? Legitimately, is this a misogyny thing? Because you know, you have men of course attracted towards women. We know that Alyssa DeConti, we know that she fucking hates gamers, hates video games. She's a whore, self-confessed prostitute. So maybe she doesn't want men to be interested in this woman, so that when she loses a job at Kotaku, and she opens up shop, and by shop I mean her fucking legs, for business again, because that's the only way that she's going to be able to earn some money, is by going back to the prostitution that she admitted to and posted out on a tweet for money, because she won't be getting any money because she'll be fired from Kotaku because it's going to close down. Is she trying to entice the customer base to say, hey guys, I'm a prostitute. You can pay me money for sex. Hell, I'll even bring my friend in a wheelchair. She writes comics for DC. She'll.
And by the way, as it's not like disrespect, these are self-admitted like sex workers. T. Franklin is a self-admitted fucking
T. Franklin is,
and so is Alyssa.
Alyssa McCante is.
So yeah, he's not like taking shots. That's just the truth.
So if you gotta, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the guy maybe just likes pink and effeminate body language, but you know, if his proclivity is in another direction, then is it some sort of misogyny? Doesn't like the heteronormative blah 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 blah. But we've got an activist here. We know that we've got one activist here. There's more concern in trying to write a hit piece on Melanie Mac, than she has on doing anything to do with that actual video game.
Don't want to do any gods, I'm sure.
Working for
play the game.
Yeah, working for a company where people resigned because they were actually told that they had to make gaming fucking guides for the gaming website that employs them to talk about games.
How dare
you? So I just, from an objective standpoint, hold absolutely zero merit in anything that's being said here. Because when you're talking about a video game and your opening gambit is blah, blah, conservative, blah, blah, I just immediately realize that you're fucking retarded and you have absolutely nothing to introduce into a conversation about video games, because you're so fucking brain dead from all this fucking red versus blue, right versus wrong, right side of history, even though we're a bunch of fucking zipper tit loving fucking child mutilating pedophilic fuckwads, you know. Okay, I'm being a bit, okay, all right, yeah, okay. So today I'm being a little bit more reserved, Eric. You know? Learned my lesson after Friday Night Tights got pulled down.
Fuck.
These people like this, A gamer will watch this and be shut the fuck up, and they'll be out of there.
Yeah.
They'll be out of there. A gamer is interested in how the gameplay of the trailer was. What was the gameplay of the trailer? How does it play? What does it? Is it similar to a genre? Oh yeah. Well, actually, it plays a little bit Soulsborne-y. Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so you got to pick up you got to pick the spots to hit, when to attack, when to dodge, okay. So it's got more of an intelligent sort of yeah. Those are the kind of things that a gamer is interested in. Not what a whore, prostitute, who's going to be out of business very soon, no job, no life, no prospects, had a fucking haircut by a fucking blind bowl cutting bald guy. Me.
You cut it. I cut it.
I blindfolded myself. I stuck a bowl on her head and I fucking cut it. And I went, yeah, that is white fucking activist liberal woman fucking retard look down to a T. Here's your fucking packet of peanut butter, and then your dog's over there. Enjoy, have a nice night. Going to the booth, you'll be out in 10 minutes. Lather up. That's the kind of fucking look that you got here. This is a person that goes back to the fucking supermarket when she realizes that she made a mistake by walking out with an item she didn't pay for, and somehow it's the company's fault and wants to get sued. And then when somebody says, "Can I see the receipt?" screams that she's been raped. That's the kind of fucking person that we're dealing with here. Nothing of consequence can ever be said by fucking Dumb and fucking Dumberer. Because if you view everything from a fucking video game standpoint, from a TV everything from a fucking red versus blue, my side versus your side.
So gay, man.
You bring nothing, zero, nada to the conversation.
There are things obviously that you can look at that are objective, right?
She's objectively fucking ugly.
There's persecution, there's things that happen that, maybe it is the social or political bullshit. But to your point, when it really comes down to it, with a product like Stellar Blade or just a video game, ultimately that experience that it's giving the said gamer is going to be of the utmost importance, right? And sure, if you only look at it through that lens and that lens alone, it's going to be a problem. And that's, well, let's say this, you'll come to the conclusion that Khalif Adams here came to, and that, well, it's a solid game that has a chick that is more figured, let's say, in the more ideal, much like men are in games, ideal kind of female figure or whatever. That is the bastion, as he's, to quote him verbatim, of conservative gaming, because they have to look at it through them. Do you have
preferences? Do you have preferences when it comes to women? I know you're a married man.
Yes.
When it comes to women, do you have preferences?
Yeah.
Preferences on potentially height. Preferences on potentially personality. Maybe hair. Maybe physical appearance, attributes. Maybe color of skin. Maybe ethnicity.
Yes.
Maybe religious. Maybe cultural. Preferences. Yeah. We all have preferences. We know what we like. We know what we don't like. Not everyone is the same. We all have different preferences. What's good for you might not necessarily be good for me. Vice versa. This is the history of fucking mankind.
Yep.
Why do we see heroic figures or like watching heroic figures in TV, film, comic books, video game media? They're an idealized version of who we could potentially be ourselves, or aspirational. So we look at these characters, let's just say from a male's perspective, morally upright, strong, controlling, alpha, take charge, all these kind of ideals that you as a man would want to exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to a woman, what do you look for in a woman? You look for strength of character in a woman, determination, attractive. We like all the physical that go with the mental as well. Somebody can have all the mental attributes, not these two, these are fucking mentally retarded. But you can have all the mental acumen, you know, that you find attractive, but unless there's a physical attraction as well between the two people, it's just not going to work out. There's always got to be that connection on all fronts. There's nothing wrong with having idealized characters in a video game, in a TV show, and for the most part, when you look at our heroes on the big screen, they're all attractive men, handsome men, attractive women. For the most part, I mean, I know nowadays it looks like you got to go down and fucking train at a McDonald's for 5 months before you get something going. But, you know, all your heroes, all our major heroes on the big screen, your Keanu Reeves, your Tom Cruises, all of these handsome Alan Rickman. Why is Breacher so popular? It's something that both men and women can get into. Buff dude, handsome dude, take charge dude, power fantasy for a man. Females, buff dude, handsome dude, paying a power, take control. There's things there that we like. That's why we like going and watching them. Do we want to watch a bunch of fat, ugly people? Do we want a bunch of me's on the screen doing shit? No. I ain't gonna, you know, if that's what you get, you're not gonna start pushing tickets. People want to see that idealized. They want to see that character that you yourself can feel that you can elevate to. I can aspire to be like this person. I can aspire to be a better person, a stronger person, a more take, all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple of fuckwits talking about fucking pixels. Attractive woman in a video game. Oh, how dare they? Oh my god.
Bastion of
oh, woe is
conservatism,
me.
man.
The game's over. And as you just said, later on, he talks about that. Actually, it's got solid gameplay and stuff like that. No, that's your opening gambit.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a special kind of broken. You have to be a special kind of fucked in the head. If all you're thinking of, this is gonna fucking pwn the other side. This is gonna be this. We're gonna boycott this game because what's she called? J.K. Rowling says that, hey, you know those creatures with vaginas? They're women. You know the ones with penises? Not so much. Probably should keep them apart when it comes to certain areas, you know? Oh, how dare she? What a transphobic bitch and all that. All this kind of weird shit that we got now. What he brings you... Seriously, Alyssa McCante, Kotaku is moments away from going out of business. Moments away. You have no solid ground here. You're a fucking moron on sand. Quicksand. Sinking down. You've got nothing. No teeth. You couldn't produce any hit pieces that anyone are interested to. You couldn't attack anyone or send any parades to people to get their Steam account shut down. You went to bat for Sweet Baby Inc. Nothing happened. Nobody cares.
Yep. Ultimately,
nobody cares about your side anymore.
If I can be completely honest, I think that's why some of these cats lash out. I think
because it's about power with them.
Yeah, and I want to, like, yeah, a lot of these guys in the industry that we're talking about gaming and you know, we talked about Hollywood and they tend to lean left, but you see, I don't want to say it's exclusive. It may be more prominent with leftists, but I just want to be clear that it's not anything exclusive. That's just such a shitty personality trait that some people just have, right? Where they think everything, of course, is about them. And as I was saying earlier, everything is looked at through that lens. So it's less of, okay, I don't like this, or this isn't up to my standards, and I can explain why. Hell, we can have a little powwow about why I don't think it's a standard. It's no, wait a minute. My enemies like this shit. That's a problem. And that's why I go back to just saying,
by enemies, you mean people that vote maybe differently to me once every 4 years. Maybe they're both the same, but because they don't agree with every single ideological thing that I say, they're suddenly my enemy. Grow the fuck up.
Yep, that's how they
grow up, you fucking baby.
That's what
the world isn't black and white.
It's never been, and that's what I'm saying. It's such a shitty trait to have all together, because it's not. You're not even looking at these people cannot possibly be somewhat objective. I get it. Most things, if not all things, are subjective in some kind of way. But if all that it takes for you to take exception to something is that, well, the people that you deem as conservatives, which is basically everybody to the fucking right of Bernie Sanders, is that to them?
I'd say to the right of fucking Stalin, but
yeah. Everybody that is not locked stock with them, they see as conservative, so they're lumping you all together anyway. And the fact that y'all are speaking positively in a space that they feel like they own, and again, it's why I've said we've seen this in other spaces to people that maybe are not necessarily quote unquote leftists. This is why it's not exclusive to them. But it all boils down to enemy that they made up, dragon that they feel like they need to slay, like Sting, and that's bad.
The funny thing about Stellar Blade is if the game's banned, it won't sell. That's because that's.
I mean, isn't that with everything? That's the point that I've been making, even with like our shit. It's like, okay, if the market has determined, for example, with the Rippaverse, we can make this a little more personal.
Oh.
If the market has determined that they are rejecting this shit, it is what it is. Capitalism, voluntary exchange. If that's what they have determined that that's what it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. All right. If I'm doing this honestly, right, without like the backing of government or some other shit, playing with numbers and shit. If we're just talking strictly from a market perspective, the market is going to determine where it's at. Good, bad, milk toast. You're going to be able to analyze all of that, right? It's there. Don't have to contribute much to it. But they don't see it that way. Instead, with them, it's like, well, Khalif Adams here, for example, he's looking at it like, well, it's just a bastion of conservatism, and it's going to take it to the wokies. It's like, can people just not like genuinely like shit? Like, who are you to determine this shit, Khalif?
Right. This is. We all know what this is about, right? Has there been a lot of talk about how Eve looks? Of course, there has. It's an attractive woman. Why has there been so much talk about how Eve looks? Because she's an attractive woman? Kind of, sort of, but not really. It's really a sort of an exaggerated sort of following behind Eve due to what we've had for the last God knows how many years.
In comparison, especially to the Western developers.
In Western being the operative term there.
Yeah.
Western games, Western TV, Western movies, we've just been getting ugly woman after retarded woman after bad character written. It's not just physical, it's terrible writing as well. Everything that's coming from the West is just
and there's objective metrics to look at it as well that people are like not liking it. Like as far as, you know, oftentimes Marvel's damn near $500 million got sunk into that shit, or that they might lose. Then I don't think they're going to say that, but from all accounts, from what we've seen, that movie is almost lost
$500 million.
$500 million. Okay. What has been the conversation, right? It's, well, you know, you don't like women or whatever bullshit that they can throw out there. But the reason I bring that up is that's the market rejecting it. So how they feel about that, if they think it's conservatives' fault, that's irrelevant. The market has largely, because you couldn't get the fucking leftists to watch it either. The market has decided that that's not some shit that they want. And it lost money.
I wouldn't call Brie Larson an ugly woman.
Okay.
I wouldn't call any of the women in the film ugly.
They may have been made to look it, but
they may be made to look it, but they're not.
They're not.
But
ugly,
the film was shit. The writing was shit. The characters were shit. Objectively, the movie was shit. If it was popular with women, why didn't women go see? More men went to see the Marvels than women did.
Yes.
So are women also haters of women? Is there internalized misogyny? No, it's because people are sick and tired of crap.
Yeah,
Absolute crap. And not just crap, the saturation of it, and the saturation of it particularly when it comes to superhero movies and whatnot. But when you look at the video game Fable, when you look at the video game companies that on Easter Day are pushing out stuff saying, hey, happy Trans Visibility Day. By the way, we're going to turn off comments.
Fucking
no happy Easter. No, he has risen. No, nothing like that. Happy Trans Visibility Day. That's what we're getting from Western gaming companies. People are fucking sick and tired of it. And why do they turn off the comments? Because they know people are sick and tired of it.
What time it is.
They know that this is just a fucking virtue signal out there. They know that they don't mean shit. They know that their fucking Middle Eastern branches aren't going to post jack when it comes to everyday, all day, 365 a year trans fucking gay this party time. We're celebrating.
You see, they wanted to make April. Did you see that?
Some college did.
Yeah, so we add another month. It's gonna be 365, man. I'm telling you.
14 months of the year now that's fucking all down to this shite. We get and the irony about Trans Visibility Day, of course, was the fact that we can't fucking stop seeing all this shit.
That's what makes it so ironic.
It's fucking ironic now. It's just so fucking stupid. It's just gone into satire, levels of satire you can't even believe. So when an Eastern company, because it's Korean, when an Eastern company says, hey, we want to create a game, we want like some sort of Soulsborne-esque, but maybe kind of like do Soulsborne meets Bayonetta type of thing, bring a protagonist like that, something that's fun gameplay, great looking female character to boot. Oh no, you must all be as fucking miserable as I am. You must all look as fucking ugly as that thing on the end there. Everything must be, can't be pleasing on the eye for you. Trust me. Alyssa, you absolutely are not in any capacity easy on the eye for anyone other than your dog and your fucking peanut butter that you buy every fucking week.
Oh my God, man. It's just a trap. This is the way that I see it. It's a trap. I
ain't touching the trap.
Well, not gay traps, but I mean, it is kind of, but you get what it is that I'm saying. It's more or less, I think, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I kind of believe that a lot of the pushback that you're getting, they've kind of overextended themselves into trying to go after gamers. That probably wasn't the best of ideas. Okay, that was probably pretty fucking stupid, to be honest. But on the other hand, I think that, okay, so if it comes from the AAA side, right, there's a lot of fake shit. And by fake, I mean when you're dealing with external investors, right? You got this massive pool of money, and then you got crazy eyes from fucking, what's the name of the company that we were covering? They CD Projekt Red, talking about ESG and what they're doing to address that as a thing. And so you get a lot of funny money. And because you couple the funny money with the kind of cultural significance, especially after 2020, where all of these corporate entities especially kind of started to buy in on the general statist leftist social view, and it had to be adopted everywhere. You had the fake departments that got built out. You play an EA game, and it tells you.
Can we take this fucking picture off the screen, please?
I'm
gonna vomit.
My apologies. But but either way, you take the what I'm trying to say is that for a while there, the general landscape of the acceptable, or what was deemed as the acceptable opinion to take, by the corporate gaming sort of hive mind was their opinion. And I think for the first time, especially with the Sweet Baby Inc. fiasco, you're seeing a pushback, and they just don't know how to act to that, right? And I think you're going to see them possibly lash out. That's what Alyssa Mercante did, right? When she's seeing that this is gaining a little more ground. Maybe my opinion, after all, isn't the opinion. Please let me get dirt on your favorite creators in this space so we can maybe publish something on them and take them down a notch, because God forbid that my opinion is no longer the opinion. And I do think that, not to get too political or economic with this, I do believe a lot of that stems from the just general misunderstanding of how markets work. And when you think that everything, and I guess in some cases it has been with government kind of influencing all around the world, governments all around the world kind of influencing what is the acceptable opinion. We saw how disastrous that could be in 2020, not necessarily with like the summer of love, but also with the COVID shit, right? Where you see when one opinion is accepted, even especially when it's the fucking wrong one, is accepted as the opinion, how dangerous it gets, and how ugly when that pendulum starts to swing back, and how aggravated they get. Fauci says, I am the fucking science. How dare you fucking criticize us in our position?
Sorry, is that the guy that said that AIDS was airborne?
Yes, that's the same guy. Same guy. The all benevolent, ever so correct Fauci. Same guy. He fluffed up one thing, and they gave him another pandemic, and he fucked that one up too and got it wrong. So,
third time's the charm.
Yeah, maybe he'll get it figured out by the next one. But that's what you're seeing. It's like, hey guys, the status quo, the apparatus, they adopted our position. It's been the position. Wait a minute, it's no longer the position. What do? I start to fucking lash out. And you goddamn conservatives in Stellar Blade, how dare you? The bastion of conservatism is some Asian chick going around kicking people's ass in this sort of dystopian, post-apocalyptic kind of setup. How dare y'all? And you really start to see how much they just don't fucking like you, is what this is.
People fucking hate you.
Yeah, they do. They fucking hate you.
They hate you more because they know that markets are driven by customers, not corporations.
That's and I think that all people, doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum that you are, if you can come to that conclusion, the world will start to make a lot more sense to you, and you will be a lot less frustrated. Making this personal to me again, the Rippaverse. If you think that you are better than us, by all means, create, and the market will dictate if that's something that they want to gravitate towards. Okay, more power to you. But at the end of the day, the market is the market. So if you don't get it, if Yaira drops, and Yaira happens to be another $1 million campaign for us, as it was, don't be aggravated that maybe the people that you don't like are enjoying something or excited for something. That's just the market working the way that it does. And you can't speak the shit into existence. You can't just go around screaming that, okay, bastion of conservatism, because we're taking it to the woke. That's right. Not how this shit works.
Did you develop Silverblade?
No, I didn't.
I didn't. Did anyone in chat? Did you develop Silverblade?
I don't think we have the developers in. I don't think they're mods either. So. I don't think we employ anybody that has worked on. And I'm not employed by those guys.
They're mad because that influence doesn't exist anymore. So their influence to prevent sales of a product based off what they have said is mute, because they themselves are irrelevant. That's why they lash out. They no longer have the platform or the audience or the number of people watching that might have once upon a time had their ear when they said, hey, don't do this, or this is bad, or no. Initially, when that sort of thing starts to be pushed, people might listen.
Absolutely.
Oh, let's
Give
you know
they'll
what
lend
they
you
say.
the ear. Yeah.
Yeah. What they
Especially
talk
if you're
about.
the
They say-
first in, best dressed.
But after a while, and as we're seeing, because this is all just a fucking bunch of fucking bullshit, people are just like, wait a minute, I think I've come to the conclusion this is just a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're just a fucking bunch of bullshit merchants. And they lost everything. And of course, Vice shutting down all these places now, left, right, center. Kotaku's teetering. It's not just teetering. It's the fucking leaning tower.
They've already put same guys that own it.
Oh, yeah.
Already put the Onion up for sale.
Yeah. Deadspin gone. All of this stuff is happening now.
Yeah.
Because they no longer have influence. They no longer have the public's ear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you hire prostitutes to write gaming articles for you. And by gaming articles, I mean ideological shite
Hit
or
pieces
hit
on-
pieces,
On yeah.
whatever it is that nobody cares about.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares about. You put a hit piece out on Melanie Mac. You put a hit piece out on Nerdrotic, Ripper, myself. Doesn't matter. Do you know what? They would have more fucking support immediately right behind them.
Yeah.
More fucking shields up in front of them. More fucking swords drawn in front of them than this fucking peanut butter dog licking motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
would ever have. Nobody cares. The article would die, just like the Rewinding Ripley, supported by Disney money. How many people read the article? About 45. Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a fuck.
But they produced the article, so the article was out there so that maybe another organization, a bigger organization, could run with it and push that narrative. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
The power is gone from that area. You've got Netflix. It's already beginning to import as much fucking Japanese,
Eastern
Korean
yeah.
TV onto their platform, because a lot of the stuff that they've created is failing miserably. And a lot of the stuff they're bringing in is proving to be very successful.
True.
The tide is beginning to turn, and it's not because of
1000%.
anything we've done particularly. We've just been vocal. We've been fighting this fucking culture war. But the reason why the tide is beginning to turn is because normies are now like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, that's why I say you overextended.
Yeah,
I think the gaming thing was the biggest mistake. In fact, this will take me to the next thing that I want to discuss here, because oh fuck. All right, but I'm not gonna have us watch this entire thing, but have you, correct me if I'm wrong, you've seen this, right? You've seen the whole toxicity rating thing with
oh fuck yeah, I did a rating. I rated Animal Crossing most
100%.
racist piece of shit I've fucking ever played.
100%.
Misogynistic. I gave that a real big high toxicity rating. I'm so glad that I could do it without even having to log into the website.
Verify that you've actually even played the game.
Played it, nothing. I could just click a button and go ham.
Mm-hmm. So
such a good system.
This goes back to the same thing, okay? Where there are, I think the Sweet Baby Inc. thing, maybe years from now, we'll be looking at Sweet Baby Inc. as that whole fiasco as a massive turning point. Or at least it was indicative, right? That like it's a prominent point of history moment. And so Sweet Baby Inc., they're a consulting group. There's many of them out there. There's Black Girl Gamers. There's Gamer X, like as in GAY, which they essentially, there's a bunch of them. They all do the same thing, and it's not just with race. Obviously, it's sexuality. Well, these groups are coming in, sensitivity training, offering some level of consultancy for these gaming companies to try to ensure that they don't do something that is rather insensitive or something of that nature. So they created
I'm sorry for their loss.
Yeah, I know, right? Fake problem, not really an issue, but they offer their level of expertise. And oftentimes
they don't have any expertise.
That's the problem, because none of what they often are pushing for has anything to do with making games better. It's often to appeal to some sort of social group, perhaps, but not like buyers. Not it's to more appease people and certain social aspects, but it has nothing to do with actually making the game better. It's not even anything that they kind of put out there, because what does diversity and inclusion have fuck all to do with making your game better? Nothing. So what I think happens, and this is what, with the Melanin gamers and their first ever
Bully Hunters 2.0.
basically it's all that it is, in which they are going to rate these games that are out there. And people are going to be able to see those ratings, and they're specifically rating the toxicity of online gaming communities. Okay?
This is brilliant. This is actually brilliant. Because
much
the higher the
market
toxicity, the more I'm going to play that game.
Yes. Most people would. It would have a epic backfire.
This has got a 95% top. I'm fucking balls. I'm balls deep.
I'm fucking in. I'm
going in fucking N-words blazing. I'm going in fucking raw.
I respect it. I respect it.
Nothing but love for the toxicity, man.
Yeah.
It's just a fire pit. That's all. It's fire. It's just fire. If you're not fucking spreading the fire, you're getting burned. If there's a woman in there, I'm gonna bring her to fucking tears. Bring her to fucking tears in a second. I ain't gonna be happy unless she fucking cries, sells a fucking console, sells a PC the next day. I want to see it on fucking eBay. I'll put a bid in for it. And I'll put it in a glass cabinet and I'll fucking worship it every night. Homage to somebody I fucking destroyed.
Well, obviously they posted that it has been ratioed to shit. 1.2K likes. 1.2K comments with 138 likes. Impressive ratio. But if we go to the site, which is toxicityrating.com, if anybody's interested, I'll give them a fucking view. But the whole point of this is to they have the world's first rating system monitoring racism, gender discrimination, and other bullshit. And each game, of course, they have these overall ratings. Call of Duty is 78%. And the whole point, again, is to rate due to these different things: racism, gender discrimination, direct violent threats, sexual content, cruel humor, and controlled substance and conversations. They will ultimately give a balance out, I guess maybe in an average, and that will be the overall sensitivity, the toxicity rating. But I think the thing that's very, very important.
I got a fucking hard on right now.
I think the important thing, though, to look at, if we look at Melanin Gamers, who were the people that created this, very, very similar to Sweet Baby Inc. I haven't gone through this yet, but we'll go through it together. But they are, if you go to their D&I consultancy, let's listen and see what the fuck they do.
Wait, hold on. Was that a Little Mermaid reference in the last one?
I don't. Was it? I didn't see it. Can I go back?
Yeah. It said aerial powers.
Oh, I guess that's the name of a. I guess you're talking about WNBA. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was something somebody watched.
Diversity and Inclusion Consultancy. This is directly from the Melanin Gamers themselves. This is what they do.
Fuck yeah.
MG at its heart is a group dedicated advocates. That right there off rip is it's like, okay, so you're a group, and this is what they describe themselves as: they're dedicated advocates committed to improving representation in popular media. Okay. So first sentence is letting me know you don't give a fuck about any of that as far as the merits of the game, company, media brand that you're working with. Your dedication is to improve its representation and specifically targeting what is deemed as popular media. Now, normally when I say that this is specifically what these people are doing, well, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm just seeing ghosts. but they just told us. And as a part of their mission, they have created a brand new D&I consultancy with this branch of their business. They hope to help organizations where everyone feels represented and can thrive. We are here to help identify barriers for underrepresented groups and create strategies, guys, strategies to close the gaps.
This is like reading a bowl of alphabeti spaghetti.
They offer a range of solutions.
Fucking word soup.
They offer a range of solutions, though, to help really.
Is the solution make that guy black? Is that the solution? Because that's Sweet Baby Inc.
They need to get their website up to par, because when I click let's go, it doesn't take me.
Come on. The Rippaverse wants to make a black character. They haven't got any.
But this service, I guess they're having workshops and they're assessing things. They will conduct a thorough evaluation of your existing policies, practices, and community engagement strategies.
Oh, how about that company should actually have people employed within that company that actually know about that shit?
I would imagine.
That's how you grow business.
I'd imagine.
Where's the Cracker Crackdown? I want to see what that is.
They'll give you a customized
That's my
roadmap,
company starting tomorrow. My new DIE company. It's called Cracker Crackdown.
Cracker Crackdown.
Cracker Crackdown, right? And I won't fucking rest until every fucking white boy is out. I don't care what. TV, get them out of there. Video game, gone. In swimming, fucking get out. Let's get more black people in swimming.
Based on the assessment findings, we will develop a personalized roadmap that outlines actionable steps to enhance diversity and inclusion within your gaming company.
Oh, God.
Now, I don't know what the fuck that has to do with, again, performing better, be it making a better game.
It has nothing to do with performance.
Okay.
Everything is superficial. It doesn't enhance a thing. You have Sweet Baby Inc. preaching to neglect your target audience because one person in fucking Stratford upon Avon will get joy if they go, oh, my skin color's the same as that fucker. You brought me joy. Your company went bankrupt because it's not made.
And we've seen that quite literally happen. We know what happened with Sweet Baby. And again, look, is it solely on Sweet Baby? I mean, a lot of the issues that people had with the game, like Forspoken, actually had nothing to do with the gameplay. It had everything to do with the narrative, which specifically was what Black Girl Gamer, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, was a part of.
Forspoken, yes.
So that studio got shut down, if I'm not mistaken, or at least consolidated.
Well, based off the failure of the games in the West, Square Enix shut down all the Western.
Yeah. So
in
some way they contributed. Maybe they certainly didn't help it. That's for sure. But you can also get a workshop from Melanin Gamers, and in this workshop, they offer engaging and interactive training sessions and workshops tailored to address the specific needs of your teams. These sessions will equip your employees with knowledge tools and the skills necessary to do fucking what? Perform your job better?
No, turn a white guy black.
Yes. Community engagement strategies. We will help you develop community engagement initiatives that celebrate diversity and foster a sense of belonging among players. And look, I know that diversity has nothing to do with thought, that's for sure. But especially in games, I think games have been one of those where people care fucking less about the makeup of the people that are involved, right? When I was playing Dynasty Warriors, that used to be one of my favorite games, right? It's based on Chinese dynasties and all this shit. I played them all.
Get them out of there.
There's not many black people that are in there.
Fucking racist Chinese people. Sick of it.
And I don't remember ever tripping on that. My favorite PlayStation 2 game, The Bouncer, and none of those games, none of the 3 characters that you were able to cycle through were black. And I don't remember ever thinking like, man, it'd be cool if these characters had the same skin tone. The point that I'm making is, or when I play Mario, right?
Mm.
And I'm fucking playing Super Mario World or whatever, and I'm doing my thing. And
I bet you're thinking, fuck, I wish I was a plumber.
Yeah, like I'm not a plumber, and nobody in my family that I know of is a plumber, and they're not Italian with mustaches. And I don't remember ever having that conversation about, well, you know what make Mario more inclusive? If Mario was now Montrez and he was black and he was a pickable character. Now he's the 3rd lost brother of Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
But for some reason he's black.
Well, his mum was a whore.
I guess so.
It was Melissa McCante.
I never had that conversation. I never thought of it like that. This is a very new problem. And I'm using that in quotes because it's not actually a fucking problem.
No, it's a fabricated grift.
Yeah.
Based off fucking Marxism and commie shite, which we've seen infiltrate us for so fucking long now. And it's create a problem and offer a solution to said problem that you created. So what's a great way to have solutions where you cause the problem? You cause the problem of racial divide. And when you create the problem of racial divide, then you produce the solution as the government, and you push that people to go down these solution pathways, and so they become more reliant. It's just so fucking basic shit. It's unbelievable. The funny thing is, you have people in like Black Girl Gamers and Sweet Babying and Melanin, fucking hell, Jesus fucking wept. And they're fucking retarded. They understand the grift, you know, they understand what, we can get some, but they're fucking stupid. Like Black Girl Gamers is one of the funniest organizations I've ever seen. I'm blocked from them now. They didn't appreciate my April Fool's joke with them that I added them into. Never mind. Better luck next year, I guess. You should have seen what I did a couple of years back with my Last of Us 2 playthrough. But they're so fucking dumb that they are literally saying, hey, don't look at our business practices, and then fucking link people to their website so they can all see their business practices. Hey, don't talk about the shady shit that we're doing. So that you just shine a light on your company doing shady shit, so more people start creating Streisand effect after Streisand effect. Sweet Baby Inc. did the same. And the only reason why these are becoming prominent now is because the games that they've been working on for years are now starting to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So this is why it's becoming more and more prominent, because all the corporations that during the Summer of Love went, we need to go down this pathway of inclusion and diversity because some fucking drug addict died. And so they brought all these companies on who were trying to grift and not particularly get anywhere, suddenly found themselves being offered all kinds of things. Remember Anita Sarkeesian, her grift back in the day? Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and we have to call all of it out. Of course you have to call all of it out, because that's your fucking grift.
Yeah,
without being able to call it out, there is no grift.
Well, so I mean, is it not obvious with, and we'll go through this in a minute, but is it not obvious with the previous thing that we were looking at with Melanin Gamers? Think about that. So they create a fake problem, toxicity rating, right? That's why it's there. What's the point? I'll tell you the point. Well, you are a gaming company, and let's assume that this gets off the ground, which is not. You care about your toxicity rating. Well, who would you call? Who better than the Melanin Gamers? to consult to, so they can screen your games and make sure
you
that
got a
you end up.
toxicity problem.
Yeah, make sure you don't. Make sure your toxicity rating is low, right? What can you do to make it lower or ensure that it doesn't get high? That's the point. It's create a fake problem, present yourself as a solution, get monies.
Get monies. Yeah. Pay me monies.
So by textbook definition, that's exactly what it is. Because again, there's no true demand. There's no market demand for this shit. That's why the problem is so fake. But I'm on Black Girl Gamer's website right now.
God, it's not particularly diverse, is it?
Not at all. Actually, they are bragging about working on for. If I'm running Black Girl Games, I'm taking this shit off the site immediately. And I say this is a guy that played the full way through fucking Forspoken. Hell, I played it on stream. Gameplay, nothing wrong with it. It clearly did not do well. And the studio also kind of got shut down. I would not have this up here as something that, hey, we're proud of. But I think that goes to show more accurately that they don't care about this shit. So what your fucking company? Our job is done and we're proud of it. We made your game more inclusive. But all these guys got laid off.
No, that's because gamers are racist. That's why. That's the grift. Again, that's what happens. We worked with Square Enix. We created this wonderful black character, and racists didn't accept it. Oh, woe is us. Let us come into your company and we'll also shut you down as well. Can you just imagine this happening, Eric? Can you just imagine this happening? I'm the CEO of Activision, right? I'm the CEO of Activision. Ring, ring. Hi. Oh, hi, Black Girl Gamers. How are you doing? Yeah. Okay. You want to come in and sort our problem out? Oh, I got great news. We solved racism. So we don't need your services. Thank you. Bye. You think that conversation's ever going to fucking happen, Eric, with any company?
Fortunately.
We solve toxicity. So we don't. Thank you. Bye.
Right. So it's creating of a perpetual problem that is not actually a problem, which is great for you if you are presenting yourself as the solution. That's a good quote unquote grift. But let's read what Black Girl Gamers, what they actually do, because I don't want to misquote them and then end up getting sued or anything. Wouldn't want to do that. Black Girl Gamers is uniquely placed in the gaming industry. The intersection of our team, community, and experience allow us to offer a number of consulting services within gaming. FMCG and TV film industries. Our services range from aiding studios and developers in their game/character development, consulting on go-to market strategies. You don't understand the market. I'm not convinced that you understand markets at all, actually. DEI recruiting strategies, which have dick all to do with actual market strategies, and influencer marketing strategies and more. So here are the areas of consultation that they offer. Culture, and by the way, I say this as we have Rippaverse, which we will be helping other creatives and even in the consulting aspect. I can promise you guys, none of this has anything to do with us. We won't be scanning your fucking company or publishing or book for cultural and representation bullshit. So you at least have that going for you. But cultural consultation.
I just submitted my CV as a sensitivity reader.
But you get cultural consultation, character design, and lore. Here's the good one right here: sensitivity and inclusivity reading.
Yeah, that's That's my favorite.
So I'm assuming that you will present to them your story, excuse me.
Mm.
You present your story, and they will then say, "Hey,
Does this come in black?"
hey, sure, we
Sorry,
have
I
you
just
have this
remembered Batman.
character there based on Norse mythology and all, but what if we made them black?"
Hmm. Right, so reimagining. And if you don't like that, then you're a bigot. Okay. What about if we reimagine some people, some gods from Africa? You go fuck yourself, you racist pig.
They also offer some story pitches, narrative design, and copywriting, and risk and opportunities assessment.
Oh, there's a fucking whole load of risk.
A lot
all
of
right.
risk, and not the
Woo!
good kind.
Yeah.
They do the strategic marketing, and they specifically, by the way, name DEI.
Get them
in
in.
it.
Get them in. Get them in. Get a meeting with the Rippaverse. Seriously.
They also can help with hiring and workplace inclusivity. They can review our internal policies, and they will probably find that we have no die department.
Holy shit.
That's probably criminal to them. So one of the things that they are proud that they have worked on, guys, Chad, if you're watching this, maybe if you're listening on audio, I'm showing up Forspoken, which was a game, as we were just discussing earlier, got a studio closed down, and they spent I don't know, I've seen some conflicting things, but I've seen on the upward of hundreds of millions of dollars that they spent on this fucking game. Well, there's a game there. They
100
don't
million budget.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. So what was their contribution? Let's see what they if any of these contributions had anything to do with why the game did not do so well. Black Girl Gamers were hired to consult Forspoken to provide insight on narrative and feedback on a pre-release build of the game that spanned from gameplay experience. Oh, so you did have something to do with that, to portrayal of Frey as a female protagonist of Black descent, including topics.
Wait a minute. The company called Black Girl Gamers made the protagonist a black girl. I don't know about you. I don't know
what
about you,
came
mate.
first, the chicken or the egg.
That is fucking genius.
But they said this was an important consultation, given that Frey is one of the first female protagonists of Black descent in a fantasy game genre. And what good did that do you?
I don't know, but I remember playing Urban Chaos on the PlayStation 1. I loved it. And that actually had a black female protagonist. And I didn't care because it was a good game. And that's what I was bothered about, because that's kind of what I'm bothered about. Whether the game's good. And it was this wonderful kind of sprawling metropolis that you could go through and all kinds of secrets to discover. It's as if gamers actually don't care as long as the gameplay is good and the characters are well written.
Imagine that.
Oh.
Imagine that. Well, they contributed to what we just expressed, and like I've said already, yeah.
Let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, let's get I will not be sending them anything. No, I'm not interested in partnering with you. After 8 years of diversity, equity, and inclusion for Black women and gender non-conforming individuals. See, that's what always gets me is they conflate the two. Black, and I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here, but Black Lives Matter did the same shit where they well, it was even worse for them because they tried to use dead Black men particularly, and they hijacked that movement and or struggle, if that's what you want to call it, and they made it about this gender sexuality shit and blackness, and they tried to conflate the two things as if for one they're the fucking same thing nonetheless. But I find that so intriguing because again, it's for black women and gender non-conforming individuals.
What a gender non-conforming. Shut up. Look in your pants. If you haven't been operating.
But there are plenty of these. I'll find another one for you here in a bit. This one I think is going to be Az's favorite.
Is it called Blackity Black Gamers?
No.
Oh, okay. But I don't think we can get any more ridiculous after.
Oh no, it gets more ridiculous. It gets more ridiculous.
Okay.
We have Gamer X. And by gamer, they mean G-A-Y. Gamer X. Another consultancy group.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
What a surprise.
Another consultancy group.
Another set of cockroaches.
And let's just read here what they do.
Sure.
Gamer X is proud to offer consulting and training services to the games industry.
Oh my god, it's like copy and paste. Just take black out, put gay in.
Same exact thing. As a part of our mission to support and celebrate the LGBTQIA plus people and culture in games, we offer a selection of LGBTQIA plus centered training curricula, as well as customized solutions designed. I'm on, by the way, if you're just listening to audio, I'm on a completely different site, by the way.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm on a completely different site. I am not on the site that I just read, which actually it's not Black Girl. I'm not reading for Black Girl
Gamers.
You're
not getting over on me, mate.
Or Melanin Gamers, which is, by the way, Black Girl Gamers and Melanin Gamers, also two separate entities.
No, they're not.
So
None of them are. The Black Girl Gay Melanin Gamers.
I promise you, I am on a different site.
You're not.
But they are designed to advance. These solutions are designed to advance diversity.
Yeah,
equity.
They're not going to advance the human fucking race.
No, just diversity, equity, visibility. So the acronym is changing ever so often. Because remember, who was it that I was reading that they added DIE or DEISR, where they had it social responsibility? These guys are adding visibility. So yeah. And inclusion in gaming. We serve individuals and businesses working in the video game and tabletop gaming industries.
Gaming industries.
Including independent game developers, game studios of all sizes, publishers, media outlets, and more. So what do they offer?
I'm going to guess turn somebody gay.
Well, Gamer X will help you create, excuse me.
Beg your pardon. Excuse me?
They will help you create LGBTQIA plus inclusive games, workplaces, and events. They provide a wide variety of services utilizing their in-house experts. The in-house experts.
What's your expertise? I suck dick. And I'm a dude. Oh, I think I'm something of a homosexual myself.
And network of consultants with diverse and intersectional identities. Below, there are some training and consulting services that they provide. Alternatively, we are happy to work with you to engineer a custom solution. So, look, all of what they name here isn't all offer.
It's fucking nonsense.
You can schedule a no-cost 30-minute meeting as well. So you don't have to pay for the service yet.
Cut to the chase, mate. How many people am I turning gamer game?
Well, let's start. The presentation. So you want to integrate queer themes in games. Perhaps that is the thing that you want to do. Gamer X has you covered. A 60-minute presentation on the basics of incorporating, because there's only 60. Apparently, they have the way, guys. There is only one way to implement the queer themes in your games, if that's something that you strive to do. And they
in all fairness, they are right, because it's make them gay.
I mean, I guess you don't need 60 minutes.
How do we're making a video game and we want to introduce some queer themes to the game, and we're wondering how you go about it. Oh yeah,
just
make
do
them
it.
gay. Make them gay, you say?
But you get a 60-minute presentation from them.
I hope he gets. I tell you what. I hope he gets a cup of coffee and a custard cream for his time.
Well, you get a 60-minute presentation on the basics of the themes and content into
basics.
games.
Well, the man sticks his penis in another man's anus.
I suppose those are the basics, or part of the basics. They also offer guidance on why LGBTQIA plus content matters, as it matters in media. Themes that appeal to queer audiences, and how to use tropes, and how to avoid using them badly.
But that insinuates that gay people are only interested in queer themes instead of actually having a well-rounded personality.
So you telling me Gamer X is being stereotypical?
I think they're actually being very homophobic. Never mind stereotypical. I think they're being extremely homophobic.
Fucking assholes, man.
I know.
And I'm not saying that in the gay.
Their heads are those as well.
Probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah.
They went, now you're talking.
But
we can introduce those into your game.
These are themes that appeal to queer audiences and how to use these tropes. Additionally, this talk provides a historical perspective on queer themes and other forms of visual media and how it relates to gaming. After that presentation, they're going to give you a 15-minute Q&A so you can ask them how you want them to ruin your game. And reference PDF. I would not have used that.
I would not have used that.
Yeah, I would have not go, especially with the subject matter that you guys. I would have not. I am sensitivity training. I'm sensitivity screening right now. Gamer X's website. I would not have gone with that language.
I bet there's probably quite a few PDF files in that organization.
I would not have used that. If I'm sensitivity training you guys,
that's a big.
I would not have gone that route. That was reference PDF for participants. I would not have.
No,
I would have not have used that language. Yeah. But either way, available as a 90-minute if you want to take it to the next level, because you got a 60-minute presentation.
How many fucking times can you say make them gay in 90 fucking minutes?
90 minutes. Available as a 90-minute, or you can fucking do a half day if you want. Half day.
I don't want to do a half fucking minute.
Look, as you'll want their consultancy for maybe a half-day workshop. And one of their staff will provide a presentation on the basics of gender diversity, navigating pronouns.
That's my favorite topic.
So before you went on your rant, as what you should have done was contact Gamer X. Sat through a 90-minute workshop.
I'm about to give a rant on Starfield, and one of the aspects of it is actually relating to the pronouns. So I'm just wondering, how do I go about it? Integrate this in?
All right, well, we got someone. We'll do a 90-minute to a half fucking day workshop to make sure that you understand exactly how to navigate that rant.
This sounds like a fucking hostage situation.
You can also learn about the impacts of unsupportive workplaces on gender diverse staff. whatever the fuck that means, and applicable laws to these situations. Basically, you're letting in a ticking fucking time bomb. It sounds why my company will be interested in that shit, I don't know. Will then engage in a small group small group exercises.
What?
Hey, that's what they didn't say the gay part, but I'm just assuming it's going to be pretty gay. But that's what they said. They will engage in small group exercises to work on
I don't want to
I'm not interested in that either.
I'm happy with who I'm with. Thank you. Not interested in that sort of backdoor shenanigans.
But you can get, if you want, small group exercises to work on, or they will break up. I guess
they're not going to work on me. I promise you that. I do promise. Right? Fine. I made the mistake in She-Hulk, but it ain't going to fucking work. Lightning ain't going to strike twice, mister.
Well, you in those group exercises, I guess, to work on identifying ways to create a more inclusive workplace for transgender, non-binary.
Oh my god!
And other
we want to introduce a walking lawsuit to your fucking company. Here's how we go about it. Fuck off. Fuck right off, mate. Holy shit.
Yeah, that does sound like a ticking time bomb. Gender diverse staff members, as well as strategies for addressing discriminatory and or inappropriate behavior by colleagues.
I am totally on board with discriminating right now. I am 100% down for discriminating right now. Holy.
Well, you get these it says it got handouts, handouts for staff, whatever that means, and for managers are provided at the end of the workshop. See, because this is gay, like my mind is like, I don't want no part of any of that shit. If I'm a company, I'm like, you are letting in, quite literally, ticking time bombs, and they're encouraging it. Gamer X will help you let that ticking time bomb in. No, chat, not those types of handouts. Maybe they offer those, but I don't think that's what they're talking about. A panel discussion on intersectional community building in games. This is completely custom, by the way. Now, so we had the workshops that were 60 to 90 minutes to half a day. Now, I guess those are more structured. Now you get a customized, fully customizable 60-minute panel featuring diverse LGBTQIA POC, which apparently has something to do with gay, and disabled and or neural.
Why are you bringing out the disabled gays now?
I don't know what the color. I thought y'all were focusing on the gay stuff. Apparently, they will throw in POCs.
Daddy, rest in peace.
POCs as well as the disabled in the field of games. This discussion not only focuses on representation, but also intersectional visibility. Dude, what the fuck is that?
Dude, is it? Is it just you? Is it just me? I feel like I have been fucking kidnapped. I feel like the end of fucking A Clockwork Orange. I am strapped down. My eyes are fucking being held open, and I am just been fucking overrun at the moment. They're hitting me with everything. It started off with the gays. Now they're wanting me to hire transgender people. Apparently, there's a gay black guy in a fucking wheelchair somewhere, and he's coming out. I ain't got a.
You got a 60-minute panel, and that will feature.
There's a plethora of genders and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. But the discussion not only focuses on, again, the representation, but the intersectional visibility in games-based community building. Our staff will work to identify a panel of appropriate speakers in our networks based on your need and provide one of our staff members to moderate the discussion. This
I'm
is
gonna
my
tell him to fuck off.
well, this is my favorite part though.
Oh god.
The sensitivity readings.
Oh,
And GamerX thankfully provides this.
I'm feeling rather sensitive myself right now.
A sensitivity read is a review by a professional with an appropriate background, training, and or extensive personal experiences that they use to draw upon when they review projects submitted to them for misrepresentations, bias, racism, or unintentional stereotypes. GamerX staff and or an appropriate expert in our network will review materials for your project, meet with your team to discuss their findings, and provide a written report of our recommendations.
Oh god, is that a threat? Is that a threat?
This is a service billed by the labor hour. So they're going to be billing you per hour so we can better scale the cost of your specific needs.
Oh, I'd rather be kidnapped by ISIS.
So yeah, they have obviously a bunch of other gay stuff pertaining to marketing and stuff if that's what you're interested in. But yeah, you can contact them here at Gamers X. They have worked with Dead by Daylight.
Oh, is that when they put the transgender character?
I'm not sure about maybe the chat is. Definitely these sound like more independent studios, so I'm not that familiar with them.
Volition. Why don't we look up that studio?
Okay. I'm game.
Look up Volition. Look up Volition and please tell me about Volition, Eric.
Okay. Looks like they're not around anymore.
No, they got shut down. They got shut down, Eric. That's why. Because they made Saints Row and it was a fucking unmitigated fucking disaster. And it killed the gaming studio and it got shut down.
Interesting. So so kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to see a trend here. So because Black Girl Gamers work with a studio no longer around. Now we got Gamer X worked with a studio no longer around.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, consistency is key.
Very true. So yeah, they're not around anymore.
No,
but
a great brag on the website again.
That's their clients. Their
we
client
worked
is
on
no longer
Forsaken.
around.
Studios now no longer around. We work with Volition. Studios now.
Damn. That's rough. But if chat you're watching, we just gave them a lot of free promotion there. We don't charge by the labor hour, by the way. So shout out.
But if you're
Elton
making
John.
a game, he might like game.
He might be in it. Maybe he's interested in some Gamer X consultancy. Maybe Tim Sheridan. Maybe they're thinking about maybe making a game based on gay Alan Scott.
Yeah. Alan Scott's at a truck stop. You got to try and stop the dick falling into his mouth. You got to watch out, otherwise his hand's going to be on two truckers. He's going to be skiing. Oh, how did that happen? I just came to this truck stop in the middle of nowhere for a sandwich.
Hey man, Tim Sheridan said that's just how it looked like at the time.
Yeah, sure. Shout out.
Shout out.
Tim, I still had an email for you to come on to the show. So
that's what I'm saying, man. We will get that stigma reduced.
Yeah, we will make sure that you still don't get any royalties for your book, which didn't sell anything at all.
Well, I mean, shout out to Volition, I guess.
That is the biggest. It's like the biggest fucking one there. Our clients Now with 25% off. You want to just, why don't we just do like exit and just go close down? And then do take for spoken for Black Girl Gamers, put close down and then just post them out on Twitter. You know,
Well,
they're bright. They look at our clients.
Yeah,
we
bragging about it.
Pulled them out of business. We put them out of business. You too can be out of business.
You too can be out of business if you contact consulting at gamerx.org. You too can be out of business.
Why doesn't fucking Melanin Gaming do a fucking toxicity report on these fucking companies? They're off the fucking hook.
Yeah, man. Fucking that's quite the that's quite the move there.
Brag.
But that's the thing. The point is there's a bunch of these fucking consultancy groups that are out there for various topics or social bullshit. And apparently these companies are bringing them in. They are bringing them in. And by the way, they've been around for a while. GamerX apparently was founded by some guy. Was
he gay?
Well, I'm assuming he's gay.
Okay.
Of course, the location that it was founded is San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I mean, I didn't have to fucking. That was a layup. Who didn't know that?
Oh, I have lost for words.
Absolutely shocking. But apparently they do events, man. They've done GamerX. They got cons.
Do they have any pros? I think we've gone through all the cons.
The last one that they did, well, it was canceled. No. So they did a GamerX East and it got canceled. That's the last one that they did.
What?
In 2019. Yeah, so it's been a while since they've
put a company out of business.
Guess who a guest of honor was at their GamerX? No. There's a guest of it's funny. You brought her up. I'm gonna let you guess. This is 2015, and you brought her up not too long ago. Was a guest of honor in 2015 at the Gamer X3 in 2015. You take
Anita
a wild
Sarkeesian.
Guess. Yes, Anita Sarkeesian was a guest of honor.
This shocks me. Look at my shocked face.
They were a guest of honor in 2015. Out there at the GamerX X3, but they haven't done one in a while.
I don't think Anita has, because she faked a wedding for a birthday.
I forgot about that. We never got a chance to talk about that. That is
sad. It's unreal.
That was quite the story, man.
That's like boogie fucking levels of sad. That is.
Yeah, that was when I saw that, I thought it was a troll. And then I found out it wasn't a troll.
No.
And I'm like, oh wow. That's that's an interesting way to go about it. Not sure why. I've never heard of anybody doing that either. So shout out Anita. I don't know what does Anita do these days? Is she tied to any like organization or group, or is she just like kind of riding off in the sunset after running a bunch of shit in the ground?
Well, I mean, she made a bunch of money off Feminist Frequency, didn't pay anyone at the company, and then fucking shut it down and probably living off the proceeds of her grift, you know?
So
faking weddings because nobody wants to fucking go near with a badge pole. Yeah. Great stuff. Shout out.
So this is breaking
Benita, give us a
news.
call. We'll bring you on.
This is breaking news. I want to cover this
Oh.
from the Hollywood Reporter. I do want to talk about some of this Disney news because it does look like and people are happy about it, obviously, that Peltz didn't get in. But we'll get to that in a minute. Real quick, let me go through this.
Disney stock went down 3% today.
What do you know? All right, a couple of stories here. Let's start with this one. Let me share my screen again. Disney, ABC, and John Ridley is being sued for discrimination. So there's another lawsuit, apparently.
Just for the white people are suing now.
Executive. Astor Jonason was fired in 2022 after issuing a formal complaint. Alleges the American Crime creator failed to give her the same pay and opportunities on the basis of gender and race. Disney and ABC allegedly failed to intervene despite being notified. So apparently Disney was notified that I guess she thinks she's getting paid. And John Ridley clearly isn't a white man, by the way. He's light skinned, but he's not white. But apparently Astor Jonason or whatever, Jonason, let Disney know, and I guess that she was underpaid, as it says right here. Oh, she's Asian. Oh, so we got a little woke on woke crime going on. Who wins the oppression Olympics? Who you got? John Ridley looks like, what is he, half black?
Having seen what's gone on in San Francisco, I'm betting on the black guy. Stop Asian hate.
Yeah. Stop Asian hate. Okay.
Stop X-ray girls. Stop it.
Cut it out, X-ray. So this lawsuit was filed today in Los Angeles Superior Court. Claims that she was discriminated against the director, John Ridley, whose production house has an overall deal with Disney. She says she was fired in retaliation for issuing a complaint about unequal pay.
I fucking would as well.
On the basis of
this one's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Get rid of her quick.
The lawsuit comes at the heels of Disney facing growing legal woes. We know that. That's why I wanted to cover this, because this is yet another one. Wednesday's complaint details Jonason's, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, time working with the Ridley at his international famous players radio picture corps, which announced in 2016 an extension of the American Crime Creators overall TV deal with Disney. The announcement included that Ridley would expand his company. This is a bunch of yada yada, nothing important. She raised concerns. So I guess what happened, Ridley, for example, had allegedly hired a male assistant as a co-producer on American Crime when Jonason had already been performing. What? So she's mad that she didn't get promoted? When she raised the concerns again in 2019, this time with data about her pay and duties in comparison to a white male coworker, Ridley responded that she would have left him if he allowed her to work on a freelance script. This lawsuit says the incident occurred after an alleged confrontation with Ridley's producing partner, who called her sexist expletive, per the complaint. So what this basically alleges is that Ridley is saying that she was underpaid. And it's not that she's just underpaid because she's Asian
woman.
So
underpaid because she was a woman as compared. Well, they say white male. I
got your wires crossed there. Says they have me, i.e., a black male in a prominent position. The complaint states Ridley's dismissive response exemplified, his hostility toward women and other minorities taking positions of leadership.
Wait, an Asian isn't a minority.
Well, not by literal definition, no.
No.
More of them than
A
anything.
woman's not a minority.
Well, minority means not white male.
But that's not the right
That's
definition of the
yes,
word.
I understand, ass. Sure, that is correct.
Minority means in the minority.
But in wokest math, minority
Everything's racist unless they're white. Yeah,
yes,
I get it.
Everything not white and male is a minority.
I can't keep up. It changes every day. So, female, which is the majority on planet fucking Earth. Asian, which is the majority of all races on planet fucking Earth, is alleging discrimination based on minority status.
Yes, I think you got it right. And it's suing Disney.
We're living in fucking clown world.
It's suing Disney. And obviously, speaking of Disney,
what's the black percentage of Americans? 5%, isn't it?
In America, it's 13, I think. In America.
Oh, sorry, in America. Sorry, I'm thinking of the UK. In the UK, it's about 5-6%.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, in America, it's about 13% in America. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that was substantive minority.
Well, speaking of, also, we have some news here. Let me share this tab as well. Disney declares victory in proxy fight as Nelson Peltz fails to win the board seat. This was the news. I know they had an investor call today as well. So there's that. Let me text this to my wife real quick. So Nelson Peltz didn't get in. For those of you that don't know, I've been covering this story. I did it with Gary as well. There was an internal conflict. Nelson Peltz also agrees with a lot of us on the position of that Disney's focusing way too much. He's actually explicitly stated that too much on messaging, the message, if you will, as opposed to being entertaining. So there was this kind of internal fight, and he is not going to get on the board. It looks like. It says Peltz launched his proxy fight, is what they're calling. Hollywood Reporter. Of course, this is great news to them. Early this year, and was seeking to oust Disney board members as well. In a win, the Walt Disney Company and CEO Bob Iger, Disney says that all of its director nominees have been elected by shareholders, rebuffing the activist investor Nelson Peltz, who had been running a high-profile campaign to put himself and former Disney CFO Jay Russolo on the company's board. So it looks like and this is the thing. This is the hilarious part. A source says Iger secured 94% of the vote of his board seat. I bet he did. Stock goes down. We already knew. But maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. If Nelson Peltz get in, does that not to you in some way, like if you're looking at it like from the customer standpoint, even as an investor, at least put a jolt in the company?
I think it's more of a what's the best way to put this? It's more of a call to arms than anything. It's more of a statement.
Okay.
Because I don't think he can be able to enact any
True. Not even
yeah.
having the board seat, he wouldn't be able to do everything.
It would be more of a signal, more of a statement of intent about wanting things to change. But it could have been a signal to shareholders to be more vocal in either transparency from Disney or vocal in the fact that unless things turn around, then essentially, if they lose faith, they'll be pulling their stocks, and pulling their stocks will tank the stock price.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Interesting move, because it doesn't seem like a look. If you want to do much of the same shit, cool. But much of the same shit doesn't seem to be working out for Disney, does it?
It's their hill to die on. I've said this for years. Bob Iger says one thing. He talks out both sides of his mouth. He says one thing, but they don't do anything that actually displays what he's saying. You know, he says, "Oh, we need quality over quantity," and then they're still spewing out fucking shite,
True.
left, right, center. We need to get out of the culture war and just deal with telling good stories. But then he'll go on to say, from our moral standpoint. So basically, still from an ideological standpoint. So no change there at all. We know the docket of upcoming stuff. It's a disaster. Admittedly, a lot of it's been in the works, and they can't pivot quickly because it's a TV film company. But still, there's nothing of any interest coming out of Disney for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Nothing's changing. This is their ideological hill to die on.
Why get in their way?
I'm all for it.
Why get in their way? There's not anything that you have to do. I mean, there's not anything we could do anyway. But the destruction, if you will, is on themselves. And that to me signals that they want to keep doing much of the same stuff, and they believe in whatever it is they're going to do, and they believe it's going to be effective in trying to turn the company around. And I just don't think that's going to happen. But they are apparently very happy and stoked that Peltz is not going to get in. So that's their business. For those of you that it may be bad news for those of you that hope that this was going to be sort of a turning point for the company, but I still think that that's a pipe dream anyway. I just think they're far too infested.
I didn't think Peltz was going to get in.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to get in. I don't think that was ever going to happen. And I don't think Disney are going to change. So
harsh reality.
Yeah, just keep churning out those hundreds upon hundreds of $1 million losses on movies. Because that's what's been happening. That's just a fact. Only one film's made a profit last year. That's it.
Yeah.
Bring on the Acolyte.
When does that officially drop?
Not soon enough. Not soon enough.
Oh my God. That is shout out Disney Plus, bro.
Shout out Gamer X.
Shout out Gamer X. We're gonna give a good shout out to Melanin Gamers and Black Girl Gamers, which are two completely different companies.
Not to be confused. Melanin Gamers, not to be confused with Melanie Mac. Go boom.
Shout out to y'all. We good luck, and shout out Volition Games.
Shout out for Spoken.
Yeah, shout out for Spoken Luminous. Shout out BioWare.
Shout out
big shout out to BioWare and Transmissibility.
You're fucking next. Shout out Kotaku.
Shout out Alyssa Mercante for sure. Senior editor. Senior editor at Kotaku.
Shout out Elton John.
And of course, we can't end without shouting out Elton John and Tim Sheridan. And that damn AIDS stigma, man. We're trying to address it, man. We really are.
We just need some profit. Just need some profit.
Just need some royalties, man. Maybe one day they'll come in. Stephen De Leon was finally getting to the super chat. Stephen De Leon with a 5 says, "What up, Black Stan Lee, Black Walt Disney?" Oh, they hate y'all when y'all call me that. Odessa, Texas, West Texas. Shout out Odessa. In the house. Shout out Odessa. Shout out West Texas for sure. That's a sincere shout out. We got Steven.
Hey, Steven, he's the working man. He's the working man. Good man.
Really making us wait just so you can microwave your TO. This is before the show started.
I take it all back.
Take it out.
Fucking
add
mods,
your
man.
powdered
Get him
milk.
out of here. Banning him.
It's just wrong, he says.
Oh.
What Geeks Do Network with a 2 said. Thoughts on Ed Pisker? Thanks for the show. Yeah, I haven't said much on it. I haven't even bothered to really, to be honest, look into it like that. I'm not gonna inject myself into that because I'm not gonna pretend like I knew who the guy was.
No,
like
I
that.
didn't.
So that'd be kind of not genuine of me for sure. Therio God of Rage with a 4 months says, hope you both do well. I've been having a rough time, but I dig having a place with you. Hey man, that's what it's about. You two, FNT, Real BBC, and the Fellowship to chill and relax and talk passion about the hobbies we love. Look, that's ultimately what it's about. So for sure.
Pick up Alan Scott Green Lantern book.
Whatever you do, don't do that, especially with you having a rough time. I prefer that you don't do that. Maybe get into we got Yairo on the way. We got on a serious note. You're looking for a new, fresh fandom, man. I think you're already maybe part of it. I think conversing with our fellow Rippaverse heads, man, it's awesome, man. It's been a great experience. I know for a lot of people, a lot of you guys have connected and met that way. So that's what it's about. And I hope everything turns well for you, man, for sure. Vermithor with the 20 says, in my head, I see a future where Ripper buys DC. He makes as a hiring manager. He immediately gets Dixon, Nolan, and Miller for one last run before retirement. Hell boys, keep fighting and boobs rule.
Oof.
Yeah, perfect world. Maybe. I mean, if they keep going the direction that they're going, yeah, I mean, maybe that becomes far more of a reality than we like to think. But yeah, a man can dream, huh? Josh Kelsey with a 20, no message. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for that. Sheep City with a 10. Khalif looks like he would say something. Alyssa would disagree, and he would immediately agree with her.
Yes.
He gives off that look.
Yes.
Body shaming Eve. These types are what happened when God blinks during the creation process. Fuck. Lord J, look at this silly ass fucking thumbnail or whatever profile pic. Lord J with a 10. Mercanti is just jealous. She isn't as pretty as the model or the artist of Stellar Blade. Yeah, I can see that. Jacob with a 25 RON says, if they talk about Eve, they don't talk about microtransactions, about optimization. We got Spider Bro with a 5 says he's complaining about a sexy woman in a video game to a woman that used to make her money selling sex.
Yes.
It's a good way to put it. There's a lot of irony involved.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yes, there is.
That's for sure. Shake from Hunger Team with a gifted 5. Appreciate you. Shout out Shake. Bonak with a 10 says their claims for inclusion and diversity is a lie. These idiots don't really believe that shit. Oh, we know. The more they flap their gums, the more their hypocrisy shows. Oh no, they have very much a hive mind.
Yeah, inclusion means exclusion. Diversity means homogenization.
Yes. Memology, what's up? Oh man, Memology with a gifting a sub. Well, shout out to you and welcome to that new member. Big shout out, man. Love to see you. HK bass player with a 48 months. That's a long time. So hell, ripping the Silverback. Can't wait for my books, man. Next month. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good time. Heisman with a 2 months says, Eric, do you think America entertainment has no hope, or is there still hope left? And do you think we are living in a time of animal form communists? Working towards that direction. I will say this. Do I think mainstream, am I less hopeful for mainstream entertainment, American entertainment? Yes. But I am positive in my outlook on independent American entertainment, disconnected from the mainstream. I think there's a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of cool things that people are able to do. I was just looking into this the other day, looking at pricing. What people are doing with these like engines, man, to building their own independent games is insane. What they're able to do. So the barrier of entry, you hear me say this about comics, I've said this about music, has been lowered, if not eliminated altogether. which is going to open the door for a lot of new cool stuff. So I get far more optimistic about, and you should be far more optimistic about American gaming with independence. For the mainstream, I'm not at all hopeful for that. Not for American entertainment. What about you, Az?
Sure.
Bastard Luigi with an 18 months. Upper Apple Gamers, so inclusive. It cripples.
Oh.
HDK base player with a 5 should hire these people and do the exact opposite and make some money. That's a good point. They give you the advice, you learn what not to do. And yeah. Monica with a 10 says having more weirdos in the gaming space is like bringing a gun to a peace rally. If I ever get sued by black girl gamers for my First Amendment rights, I'll countersue them for violating my rights. Beetle Johnson, 29 months and celebrating 25 years of marriage. Oh, damn. Shout out to you. I love
congratulations,
like
man.
That. Congrats, man. Hell fucking yeah. Javi Nobody with a 2 says, drag them back into the closet. No pun intended. Bonic with another Ted says, as a gamer creator, I don't need those consultancy bloodsuckers. Never did, never will. All I need is feedback from my fans and customers, the real ones.
Yes.
Anybody that cares about actually being a profitable business, that's how they should approach it. Kohauser with a Canadian 20 says, yo, Ripper and Ass, thank you for being you. I'm so sick of this BS woke garbage. Unfortunately, I'm in Canada dealing with this nonsense. It's tough.
Canada's tough.
Dealing with this nonsense. I'm so glad that you guys are here to fiend off the trash. Transformer G1 forever. 199 Yo Joe, shout out.
I have a bit of Grimlock.
Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful Grimlock boy.
Shout out. Hey, I appreciate that. And yeah, man, I bet Canada, man. Is that a drinker plushie? It is.
Actually, Ryan, that's Ryan Kinnell plushie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Ryan one. It is. This is Arcade Outpost. It's the Ryan one. Yeah. Shout out. Paul Height with a 5. Melanin Gamer sounds like something a poll come up with. Yeah. Yeah. Reno Zero, what's up, my man? Reno Zero said with 36 months, 3 years of being a member. That's a long time. Still waiting for my paycheck that comes after you get the Blaze paycheck. Chop, chop. Yeah, apparently you're paid, Az is paid. Yes. And then Blaze pays me. So once that's how it works. Once Glenn Beck, who I guess somehow still runs you, which he doesn't, Blaze now. Once he gives the money to Blaze, I guess they'll give it to me or give it to Rippaverse, and I'll get it from Rippaverse, and I'll give it to Az and Renown Zero and all of you guys. That's how it'll work. So once those checks end up clearing at some point, we'll make sure that everybody gets paid because apparently there's a lot of people that get paid and there's a lot of money being invested. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm on the case.
So. I need to buy Alyssa McCanty some peanut butter for a dog.
Fucking shit. Okay, I think was that the last one? It was. Okay, 2-hour mark. Yes, we hit it right at the 2-hour mark, 2 hour and 3 minute mark. Shout out. All of you guys. What you got working on, Az? I know you got FNT. Who's the guest? Do you know? Have you guys announced?
Yes, it is nobody. We are having a boys only, including Chrissy. We're having a no guest only sesh. We get requested this a fair bit, so we want to do it every so often, just once in a while.
Yeah.
So this week we're just gonna have a FNT hosts only show.
There you go. So what else are you doing as far as gaming? Like you
well, at the minute, this week is just you're only going to see me on my featured shows because sorting out the house and everything. So working hard with that. Business should return back to normal Sunday. Still be afternoon tea with Az. Still be Sunday fun day, and then a week after things will be coming back to a bit more normal again. But yeah, other than that. Sorting my stuff out here. Looking forward to showing it off when it's done.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, F&T this Friday. As far as I'm concerned, I will be I don't think that's gonna be the last stream for me. There'll be a bunch of videos. We got a bunch of cool stuff that we're doing, bunch of videos. But yeah, I'm not gonna be working on anything as far as the streams, but we got a bunch of cool videos coming out. Go watch the latest one that we put out for the Rippaverse not too long ago. So yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us next week, next Wednesday, 1:30 Central PM. That is, we will be live on Az's channel. So catch us over there on Hill versus Babyface's YouTube. But aside from that, I want to thank all of you. We had a great show, great turnout today. So I want to thank all of y'all for coming out and hanging out with us. We'll see you next week on Az's channel. Be sure to catch us over there. But yeah, this is always fun as always. Appreciate your ass. But we got to get out of here. Till next time, y'all be easy, man. Peace out.